right, guys, welcome back to Hunnid. And as I mentioned before, this is my second favorite game that I've been playing lately. It's 100 players. We are down now to probably, gosh, maybe 20 players total. So it's really distilling down to the serious players. What I've done is I've sent some scouts out into the ocean. I love Australia being secure in terms of huge oceans on either side. I'll be honest with you. The reason I love this is I used to play Risk, uh, the game, the board game Risk, and man, when somebody would get Australia, it's like only two. You get two extra units per round because you own Australia. If you played Risk, you know what I'm talking about. At the beginning of every round, you get a certain number of troops for each continent you own, and it's only two. It's not very much, but it's consistent and nobody can take it from you like it's yours, you know? So I'm really curious to see if that translates into this game. Honestly, that's why. That's why I like Australia, is because as a child, I played Risk. So we do have some intel. This is a fun game because, you know, I've got my coalition and we're doing okay. I told you about Japan. Japan's coming in to our coalition. He has a silent partner. There's not room in our coalition right now for Russian Yakutia, but we will make room eventually. Somebody always drops out. As of right now, Maximus Decimeridius hasn't moved in days, and yet he's still, you know, when you zoom out, if you see their name, he's still in the game. So, you know, I hope he does something. Like, do something, bro. Please do something. You know, we've got down here this guy, New South Wales. He's definitely a beginner player, but he's trying, you know, like he's doing stuff. He's moving around. He has captured, I believe, one territory over here. I did help by bombing in, softening the target for him. But, you know, he's moving. He's coming. He's bringing stuff. You know, it's like, good. Thank you. So anyway, in this game, I do happen to know Tyson 26 from other games. And so we kind of have a late game relationship. In other words, you know, if we get to the late game and we can team up to win this, then we will. Hedgehaws here is in some way allied with Tyson. And so I've proclaimed a non-aggression treaty with him. So we can still take over. It looks like India here, this peninsula. We can still take over into here. Looks like there's no limit up here for our friend Russian Yakutia. He can continue to attack up here. Personally, you know, as I've mentioned in the past, I've got railways up through here. So all I have to do is land on the harbor here. And then I've got quick transport across the land here. I am sending large numbers into this zone. I'm a little bit concerned, though. Okay, so I started to mention this. Tyson had told me, and somebody else had told me also, that Brazil, here's Brazil down here, Brazil is sending a navy that will land in Asia in 4 days. So that means, you know, he's still over here somewhere in the near Pacific, close to the Americas, but he's on his way over here, a large army. So that's why my 13 cruisers are over here off the coast of Japan. I'm looking for that army. I've also got, you can see a couple scouts out here moving to where I can detect. I want to detect as soon as possible this coming army. It's really nice to have other players in the game giving you some intel. It's really helpful. So I'm kind of loving this meta game. Part of it is it does help that I'm a YouTuber now, and I've got some connections through that. It just gives you a better understanding of the lay of the land, you know, how things are going. If Brazil is sending a large army towards Asia, it looks like he's going to bypass Australia, but that's why I haven't moved all of these guys. Normally, I probably would move them to the front, which in this case is in Asia. I haven't done that because I don't know what's going on over here. Brazil is a pretty big country over here. He does own 114 territories, compared to my uh, 82, right? So significantly more than me. He's a big character, big guy. And if he sent an army this way, then first of all, I think it's dumb. That's just 4 days of inactivity. Like that army could be doing other things, during that 4 days. But I'm just not a big fan of sending large armies across huge oceans. To me, what you're doing is you're taking your power in the game and you're putting it in the freezer. You're just putting it on hold for 4 days. Your power now is on hold for a long period of time, whereas other things could be done. Here's something else that's going on. California Republic is pushing up here. It does look like Japan is aware of that, so I'm super happy about that. Japan's coming up here with 7 cruisers and some infantry. My cruisers are sort of in the East China Sea here. Here's the China Sea. That's not even this is the Pacific, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm over here though, because I'm concerned about Brazil. But again, hopefully my scouts here, my infantry scouts, bring these guys further out. Hopefully they will start to give me some intel. I want to know if Brazil's going to Asia. It looks to me like the fastest trajectory is right here. And I've got some sight through my allies here, but I don't see anything yet. But, I've got it on good authority that there is a large army moving my direction. So we'll see what happens. Just want to be ready for that. All right, guys. Thanks for checking in. You can see our invasion is continuing here pretty successfully. Feeling good about things. I'm continuing to build railways. You can see building a railway here, building a railway in this little territory up here. Just making that fast transportation to the front. I now have 5 bombers and 1 fighter at the front. You can see 4 bombers, 1 more here, 5. And they're just continuing to pepper into these. I do have some more bombers heading up this way eventually here. Oh, I'm going to have to. All right, we'll come back and do that off screen. But I've got a couple more bombers developing around here somewhere. So hope to have a vigorous Air Force once we come into contact with some of the real powers here in Europe and beyond into Africa here. So again, my friend Tyson, I hope we can find some sort of agreement down the road. He is part of the Pact of Madrid. He does have a Donald J. Trump flag or whatever. But okay, bud, in this game, I don't play politics. This game is about strategy. And, to me, this game is beyond politics. So I don't even get into it, In fact, my 500 player game, I started with 2 guys. One guy was Trump God, something or other. Another guy was Trump 2024. And, I was like, fine, whatever, I'm not going to disrespect someone because of whatever political affiliation you have. It did turn out that one of them quit the game and then the other one flamed out and ended up getting attacked by 2 of my other coalition partners because he just pissed them off so much. But it's like, okay, whatever. All right. Thanks for checking in, guys. I'll see you next time. Adios.